Okay, so it seems to be a development in this story. Now they're reporting that L'Oreal somehow didn't call Michael B. Jordan corny. Let's take a listen to the audio in question.
I really think deep down inside, I think that Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
So this is someone named Dominique the Diva that is the co-host on this podcast.
You know, it's so crazy. I went to school with Michael B. Jordan at a point in life, and we went to Chad Science together in Newark. And to be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshot. And back then, that was like in the hood. We lived in Newark. Yeah. Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Now look at him. He got that Black Panther money.
Well, yeah, I didn't exactly. I could have been in the aquarium swimming with the fishes, but
with your Hermes stock or whatever.
Instead, I'm swimming in Mexico by myself now. But anyway,
did you hear that? Instead, she's swimming in Mexico by herself. You know, sounds like a little regret that's creeping into her vocabulary. This is back in 2021, though she's claiming she didn't say corny, because she does deny it on the red carpet, but she didn't disagree with Dominique the Diva, who straight up called him corny. And I got a little more info about what Dominique the Diva had to say about Michael B. Jordan being corny and the reason why he's corny, in her opinion.
It's me, cookie cutter. And the only time I hung out with Michael B. was like in LA, like at Shay's house. And he's always just very like, he's just cool. I think
he's too rich to have to be hood now. Like you just be, boy, if you don't take your millions and go to Hermes and get some stock. I could have been in the aquarium swimming with the fishes, but
with your Hermes stock or whatever.
Instead I'm swimming in Mexico by myself, child. But anyway,
Okay, but that's the smoking gun. That's all the smoking gun you need. Even if she didn't say it on the podcast, everything she said was leading to the fact that she thought he was corny. The making fun of his name, the bringing headshots to school because he was on a mission. He knew what his career was going to be. His path was set before him. But even if she didn't say it, guess what she did say at the end of their interaction right there? She said... And look at Michael's face. He heard that shot. He heard that last dig. Because if you listen to the podcast that everybody's saying, oh, it absolves her name. She isn't disagreeing with the lady who's saying that. She's actually adding fuel to her theory that Michael is somehow corny. And apparently the Dominique the Diva was hanging out with Michael B. Jordan, and that's how she came to that assumption that he was corny. If you look at that, I think you can assume what she was trying to say was exactly that. Check that security guard over the shoulder. That security guard like, hey, Mike, you want me to do work? I can get her up out of here if you want. Okay, so this is the lady, Dominique the Diva, who was the co-host on the podcast with L'Oreal, who was saying that Michael B. Jordan was corny. She tried to come to L'Oreal's rescue because she realized, L'Oreal was going through it. But L'Oreal, she doubles down and calls him corny again. So this is Dominique the Diva. I believe she's a radio personality in DC, WKYS. Shout out to PG County, my hometown. This is who is calling Michael B. Jordan corny. Judge for yourself. She says, I literally said corny guys treat you the best. So y'all weird for being mad. And she goes on to say in her stories, y'all so bored and easy to entertain. Everybody should be going to see Creed 3. Now all of a sudden, no black woman ever called corny. Y'all kill me. carry on. Shout out to the black women, because it sounds like they were very critical of her statement there. And she was there. She was feeling the pressure a little bit, as they say. Let's wrap this ish up by tomorrow. Slow news day. Said the blogs only post half BS. Dominique the Diva said she wasn't surprised that he would go to such great lengths because she always got the impression when in his presence that Jordan is a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight. She said, we all know the nice, corny guys treat you the best. Really clear up anything. Oh, here's what she did say, though, in her story. Said, any black man that dates white women is corny to me. I guess that PR relationship with Lori helped y'all forget, but I didn't. And this is a picture of Dominique and Michael B. Jordan. This is crazy. So now we really got to talk, because this brings up some unfortunate things that black men have to deal with. You want to know why so many black men are led into a life of crime, of chasing dreams that might be more acceptable, not being an actor, because we in the hood, that's not cool to carry a headshot. It's because of things like this. And I'm not saying that you can't persevere, because obviously Michael B. Jordan has persevered and he's laughing all the way to the bank. If these ladies were guys, they'd be like, they're haters. They're literally working at radio stations. Shout out to the radio people, because this is no slight to you all. It's almost like a secondary career choice in some cases, unless you're doing it at the top levels. But these ladies are both working radio personalities. And they got to look at the corny guy that they both interacted with, both had a shot at, out here dating white women. And even though Michael B. Jordan dated Lori Harvey, all of a sudden it doesn't count, because that was a PR move. PR move or not, he wanted to marry her. It takes a lot for a man to come to actually proposing. And for all y'all that think it's just some kind of Hollywood ruse and that's what they do, well, then what about Lori Harvey's other relationships make you think that they were real? Huh? What about the relationship with Future? What about the relationship with Diddy? What about the relationship with Diddy's son? The current relationship with Damson Idris? The relationship with Lewis Hamilton? The relationship with Trey Songz? The list, I'm not even going to say it. But what does this all tell us? The problem is that even if she saw him as corny, and though she didn't say it in the interview, he wasn't corny. Black men, get this through your head. You are not corny. Now, we got to stop bending to these male stereotypes. Plus, Michael B. Jordan was already on TV at that point, been well on his way. And you wonder why he was carrying his headshot, because his path was set before him. He was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing, despite his circumstances, despite being from the hood. This is what they talk about being in it, but not of it. You have a greater mission out here. And don't let anybody, any woman that you're trying to holler at, stop you from that mission. So many people have been taken off course for whatever reason. I've been an actor, and I've been around actors who had success as children. They had success young. And their school friends would sometimes give them a hard time. They would tell them things about, oh, it's corny for you to be signing autographs. Or leave them people alone. But what they were doing was literally stopping his bag. And if they were his real friends, they would support him on everything he's doing. Stop living up to the stereotypes. You don't have to be hard to be a real man. You don't have to be gangster to be a real man. You don't have to be in the streets to be a real man. You don't have to be a scammer to be a real man. You don't have to be a drug dealer to be a real man. And now, By no means do I mean you have to go around being soft and a chump and a pushover, but you just have to be yourself. You have to stay on your purpose, and you have to know who you are. And all this conforming to people's opinions who you can see don't even matter when it comes down to it. I'm sure Michael B. Jordan hasn't thought of L'Oreal until the story blew up again. Because why would he? Or Dominique the Diva. No other group of men has to portray a certain image or they're not accepted. You understand? They're corny. And the bar is so small. That's why you got so many people out here getting in trouble, doing crimes, because they're trying to keep up with that lifestyle. And I'm here to tell you that fast life doesn't lead to anything prosperous. Just you don't have to believe me. Just ask the people who actually did live that life and ask did they regret it. You can see them in interviews on this very platform on YouTube. And they'll tell you themselves, it wasn't worth it. So if somebody calls you corny because you have an interest in the arts, or they think you got a pipe dream, that you want to do something, you don't have to believe them. You stay on your path. Anyway, I got a quick little message. If you want to be an actor and you've always dreamed of being on the big screen, you never knew where to start, get the Ignite Your Acting Career acting course. The link is in the description. I give you my insight in 20 plus years in the business, step by step, on steps you need to do to put yourself on the right path. Somebody like Michael B. Jordan could have benefited from something like this. It's not that often that you get people that have experience that are coming to impart that wisdom to people who could use it. I get asked all the time, yo, I want to be on TV. What do I have to do? Well, this is the course to tell you exactly what to do. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.